I'm just stepping out of the Education Committee on higher education, actually looking at how we can create better clarity for students. Imagine you're coming in, going into college, or you want to go, and you want to know what the costs are going to be. You're going to look at the universal calculator, and you're going to look at the calculators that the institutions have. They may differ. We want clarity. My amendment, which was unanimously approved today, will provide the clarity for the students, for the parents, for the institutions, so that everybody's on the same page and we know exactly what students are going to get in terms of financial aid and support at the institutions. I think every parent, every student, and every college and university should come together on this. And so we're going to have a universal calculator now that will help us to understand and parents to understand exactly what the students are going to get, how they're going to get it, and it's going to be a lot easier for them to understand. Clarity is important, transparency is important, and that's exactly what my amendment does. And so all the committee agreed. We had unanimous support on that today. And I'm just grateful, as education is the pathway, it is the key for our students as they move into life and into opportunities for employment. So just wanted to keep you up to date on what's going on in education and the workforce.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My amendment requires the Department of Education to provide an explanation anytime the new universal net price calculator produces a cost estimate that differs from the estimate on an institution's own calculator. And let me explain why this is necessary. Because the entire purpose of a net price calculator is to help students understand what college will actually cost them, not the sticker price, not the advertised tuition, but the real price a student pays after grants and scholarships. Here's the problem. Students across this country are already seeing conflicting numbers when they search for college costs. One calculator says one thing, a second tool says something else, and the family is left asking, which one is right? Which number can we trust? Now, imagine being a first-generation student trying to make sense of this. Imagine being a low-income parent trying to compare options for the first time. Imagine being a community college advisor trying to help a student choose an affordable transfer pathway. If the federal calculator shows one price and the institution shows another, and no one explains the difference, then the transparency that we're promising today becomes confusion tomorrow. And confusion has consequences. Students walk away from colleges that they can afford because they don't trust the numbers. Students enroll in programs that cost more than they expected because they misunderstood the estimate. Students borrow more than they need, or worse, they drop out when the bill doesn't match the promise. We can prevent that. This amendment simply says if the two calculators give two different answers, then tell students why. Is it because the school includes additional grants? Is it because of different assumptions about family income? Is it because of housing choices, meal plans, or unmet need? Students deserve to know. Families deserve clarity. And institutions deserve consistency. And let me be clear, this amendment does not impose new burdens on schools. It does not slow down the calculator, and it does not require a new bureaucracy. It simply requires the Department of Education to give the public what it already needs in order for this tool to work: a plain language explanation when the numbers don't match. And if the majority is serious about transparency, then we should support the transparency that students actually understand, not just the transparency that looks good on paper. Because when two calculators speak with two different voices, students hear only one thing: I don't know which one to trust. And trust is something that we cannot afford to lose, not when students are making life-changing financial decisions that will follow them for years. Mr. Chair, this amendment is plain common sense. It strengthens the bill, it strengthens transparency, and most importantly, it strengthens students' ability to make informed, confident decisions about their education. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I then recognize myself to speak to the amendment. I appreciate sincerely my colleagues' comments about calculations being estimates. I want to point out that the bill already addresses this, I believe, by requiring that students be informed that these are estimates based on the best available data. I also don't want to imply that institutional differences mean a different responsibility to provide students with the right consumer information. There is a need for all students to have clear ballpark estimates on their costs so they can plan. With that being said, this amendment aligns with the bill, and we can accept this amendment. Thank you, and I yield back. Is there further debate on the amendment? If not, the question is on the amendment by the gentlelady from North Carolina. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the amendment is agreed to.